take a stand.
What's going on, Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So, this is the first live reaction in what, 2 weeks. I'm doing a live reaction to England versus Belgium in the UEFA Nations League. By the way, I'm upside down. That's like, hold it like this. Come on, England! Oh. Come on!
Harry Maguire has had a difficult
Sorry,
few
I clicked
weeks.
the mic by mistake. Muted it. Shouldn't mute it. Anyway.
It was unlucky 13 for Belgium on Thursday, the end of a 12-game winning run, in which a former England player had a major part. Wilfried Zaha earned a late penalty, in which the Ivory Coast equalised in Brussels.
Calvert-Lewin.
A chance for England.
No Harry Kane.
Send them to what would only be their second defeat since those matches in the World Cup.
Why is Harry Kane not playing? Fucking hell.
Of course, they lost their semi-final to France.
Jesus. Sorry about my language,
Roberto Martinez.
It's just like, why are you not playing Harry Kane?
For the bronze medal, which went Belgium's way.
Fucking skipper, man. Fucking hell, man.
There's a bit of recent history here.
Fucking hell.
And there's a certain number of players involved in both those games in Russia. Alexander Arnold was in the squad. Took part in the group game in Kaliningrad. Interesting at the back, Gary, with Boyata and Denier, both players who were at Manchester City but didn't really make the grade there. They're international.
De Bruyne, careful.
Here is the current Manchester City star, Kevin De Bruyne.
Blocked. Come on, England, come on.
Teams with that same shape, and quite impressive early on is the England front three playing really close together.
Danny Ings, no Kane, no Ali. I think Ali's got injured. Brightly. For Belgium, no Hazard, no Hazard. No Eden Hazard.
Representing the new generation, really. The more
He's playing
experienced to the 11 that started against Wales only had 54 previous caps between them.
Declan Rice. Don't pass it back, pass it forward.
The passing's been crisp so far from England. I was a little bit worried before the game.
I hate the passing back
about how they would,
if you need it,
get the balance and the rhythm in the play, particularly down this side. And I've talked about it in the studio, always having to go back like that.
Right-footed back, Kieran Trippier, who is doing the job. Ben Chilwell has had a non-COVID related illness after being a late arrival in the squad in any case.
Actually, second foot.
Considered if he'd been fit.
I think he'd be playing, to be honest with you. Yeah. Henderson and Declan Rice in.
Come on, England!
Marcus Rashford.
Rashford, come on, Rash!
Belgium here.
Ball.
Trippier in support.
Come on.
Owen's in the middle.
One of my 1966 England top. That's Henderson in the box.
Rice keeping it alive. Rashford again.
Comes Rashford. Here comes Rice.
Getting everyone behind the ball, including Romelu Lukaku, who is trying to end a bit of a Wembley jinx. He played it 5 times before and not scored. He scored pretty much everywhere else he's been. Rashford.
We've got a good possession early on in this game, England.
Henderson, who came off at half-time at Stamford Bridge when Liverpool won there a few weeks back now and hasn't played since. Jurgen Klopp anxious for him to be involved, playing getting game time for his country. Maybe slightly different to Jose Mourinho's approach.
Come on.
Kane.
Good Trippier.
Kane can be used.
Becomes Rash. Come on, Rashford.
4 fixtures
Come on.
in a week. For Tottenham Hotspur.
I know it's a weak Belgian team. Actually, they got like De Bruyne, Axel, Tielemans. Actually, they got not too bad.
Involved as well.
Not so bad players, but no Hazard. No, yeah, Company's already retired.
Lukaku, much at the hub of Belgium's attacking
I think we got like Carrasco. He's a good player.
You see that England front three now. They are playing narrow.
Wait, did Scotland play?
That's that Belgium
No,
back three almost.
No, they play. I think it's next month they face Slovakia in that playoff
Even
final.
without Chilwell, it's a 29-man England squad, so half a dozen had to.
Can't wait for
miss
next
out.
summer. Because here goes the chance. Here goes Alexander-Arnold. Rash is in the box. Ah, you go further.
And he gets back.
Fuck. We're doing well.
Maguire stepping
Go
in.
do some
An
stupid
interesting,
stuff, man.
Watch to see how Harry Maguire does on his return to the England setup.
Let's get to another European nations final, man. I know like, you got the Euros, the Nations League, two different, but reach the semi-finals in the first one. Hope we do it again. Make it like it's easy to win. You know, to prepare for like a World Cup or Euros.
A little bit awkward. Look happy in the centre.
I thought
Sorry, I was
maybe
checking something. Anyway,
Walker as a third centre back was a ship that had sailed, but
I think it's a free in the back.
good job again here, and it's a proud day for him. 50th cap.
It's offside.
'61st.
I like the new
player
kit.
to reach that milestone.
I like this new kit. You know, you got the England badge in the middle, and you got the star. Hope we get the second star. We're that close in 2018. That close. Yeah, the French beat. You know, if we beat Croatia, who knows? Well, I think we beat France.
That is the benefit of having Kyle Walker as a
Carrasco,
right centre back because he's very comfortable. He's
he's got player, Carrasco.
on.
Yeah,
You
you know,
forward.
you know, right? You know,
Behind.
the Chinese Super League is a dead
Very quickly.
league in China. No disrespect, but it's not really
Here is Walker.
a popular league. You cannot compete with the Premier League. You're getting players still in their prime, and also you got players who passed their prime.
Belgium.
So it's like whether Asuka, the Japanese wrestler, no, Asuka, the used to play for Chelsea. He was in his prime. He was still in his peak, and then I think he's past his peak now. He knows he shouldn't have left Chelsea.
Pickford.
I don't know why he left Chelsea. I think he's a good player. Underrated, man. In my opinion.
Hasn't been captured.
Anyway, so
the third game is another Nations League game against Denmark here on Wednesday, which we're bringing
I'm not
live
watching
on
that
Sky
shit.
Sports.
Denmark. No disrespect, but I'm not watching that. I'm not watching this. It's more of a competitive feeling. Not just, you know, with Denmark, you only got like one good player. That's
Roberto
Ericsson.
Martinez did something similar to Gareth Southgate for their friendly on Thursday, playing a lot of the French players, some of whom have gone back to represent the under-21s for the Red
Sorry, I
Devils.
was about to sneeze, but anyway, getting this October, we're in the middle of autumn.
Been playing as the right
Well,
wing back.
It was like it's the first month of autumn. No, September is the first month of autumn because September is the first month of autumn. Or the Americans call it fall. It's you know, late summer, early autumn. Here goes Belgium. They're going to attack. They're going to cross. Lukaku's in the box. They're going to cross. They're going to score.
That could be cut back for Romelu
Ooh,
Lukaku.
Jesus.
Ran the ball a bit too high.
The power of the head is not good enough.
Retrieved by Meunier.
Just saw that possession at the top left of the screen. Dominating the ball, but the first time that Belgium put some passes together, they cut right through England. Belgium left-hand side.
Carrasco and Castagna.
Against De Bruyne.
Castagna has his Leicester club mate, Yuri Tielemans,
Castagna's Belgium? I thought it was like Italian.
Bruyne,
Why did they bought from
this season
Atalanta?
Sort of inside left position for Manchester City.
Just getting forward. Just getting forward.
Interesting background for Kevin De Bruyne because he had, I'm not sure if he still has, family in West London.
He can't.
He did
Nothing
support
else.
England
Meunier.
from time to time. Supporting Belgium's attack here.
What was that? 1-0. Fucking hell.
Led to a really powerful opening goal from Carrasco.
Fucking hell. Where's the fucking players out there? Oh, it's offside. Good.
The German officials, no VAR. This is by into the old-fashioned values of the
Very
naked
lucky,
eye.
man. But that was a good goal.
Martinez wants to know why.
Yeah,
That's
Eric
offside.
Dyer, as soon as the ball went in the back of the net, he had his.
Yeah, he's offside.
Just
Meunier.
I think offside. But it is a late flag. The ball gets played back, and Eric Dyer doesn't get out to him. Carrasco sells him a dummy, maybe a slight deflection, and then it's a really late one. I mean, what is that?
Yeah. That's almost tomorrow. Well, of course, now in games with VAR, the officials are instructed to keep the flag down and then wait for the moment when the ball goes in the net. Then we look at it with the technology alongside them.
That was beyond.
He
ridiculous.
can't.
We know that they put it up.
Alderweireld.
Can you ask an official to referee,
And
an
De Bruyne.
assistant to run the line one day with VAR and a different way when there's no VAR, like today? Because he was in the VAR habit then, and waited. He could have stopped it.
Here comes De
earlier,
Bruyne.
but,
Here comes
he was
Carrasco,
offside.
and here comes the chance again.
back at
Counter attack
0-0,
for Belgium,
I thought.
and it's a blunder.
They were starting to
That
flex
was
their
poor.
muscles. Carrasco fired it in.
The boys in the box. No one's going
Yeah,
forward.
minutes
Go
this game.
forward.
England dominated the ball, but then as soon as Belgium had their first attack, momentum has just swung towards them, and England is struggling every time. It looks like they go over the top, down the left and right side of the pitch. England's defence don't seem to be able to cope.
Well, it is possible, Gary, that the offside was not for the original one. The,
Okay, here goes the chance for Belgium now. Here goes De Bruyne.
at the time that the flag was raised, with the
It's a
view
corner.
of Jordan Pickford being blocked by a Belgian player in front of Carrasco. Clear it up here.
So that's Meunier, Carrasco.
Just get takes a
What Dyer's doing? In.
Castagna.
Just in front.
Wow.
Jordan Pickford.
It's a call that's gone England's way.
Here comes
Again.
Carrasco. Oh,
The officials very much the man of the moment.
offside.
We'll see it again. That one was close. We were imagining that the assistant referee put the flag up at the end of the play. It's for.
Well, is he offside?
Is he offside? I'm not sure he's even offside. Trippier's down this.
What the hell's that?
It's Calvert-Lewin.
Sorry, I'm just scratching. It's a little bit itchy.
Rice.
Anyway, so
A let off for England. And now Rashford. It would have been the end of a run of 6 consecutive clean sheets that England have put together. They've never managed 7 in a row, but it's still on at the moment.
oh, he's gone for a Trippier.
Here's Lukaku.
Lukaku. He's gone forward. Good speed.
Uses power.
Oh, gotta be careful.
I thought it was a penalty. Yes, it is.
Fucking hell.
It's a late decision.
You
as well.
fucking
It's almost
shit,
But
Dyer.
it did look
You're
a penalty in real
fucking
time.
shit. Sorry about my language.
like
Nice.
if they gave them in real time. It's almost
I
like we're
don't,
on
yeah,
delay.
you know, you might not get the ball.
I thought it was a penalty.
Fucking hell. See,
Lukaku
wait,
ran him,
wait.
and he just got his body in. He didn't get a touch on the ball. He slides. It's clumsy from Eric Dyer.
Bit.
Once you go to
Neary.
ground in the box and don't make contact with the ball, you're in big trouble.
Well, did he make a little bit of contact? That's what Dyer might be saying. But it was untidy. It was a tackle, if you like, with his wrong foot. His right foot.
It's not a challenge that Eric Dyer should be making, though. He's got Romelu Lukaku on his right foot, running down that channel.
That's Lukaku.
Well,
He's got that'll be
here.
in the back of the net.
Saved. Now for
1-0.
He fires it past Pickford, and he scores at Wembley for the first time.
Fucking
Makes
hell.
a statement on his return to England. Romelu Lukaku
1-0.
deemed to
1-0 to
Manchester
Belgium.
United to be a talent to cash in on rather than keep, and he's gone from strength to strength.
A little shuffle sends Pickford the wrong way, and here's the challenge again. We're going to look at it.
Fucking cunts.
I think once Romelu Lukaku drives in there, Eric Dyer's just got to back up him, pull away, compose yourself. Don't make the challenges. Certainly don't go to ground. Drop your ego. Maybe even let him have a shot with the right foot.
Just let him have a shot. I don't understand that.
Well, they've had a few battles in the Premier League in the past, those two, but Lukaku comes out on top in winning the penalty, then converting it, and it's England 0, Belgium 1. No 7th consecutive clean sheet for Gareth Southgate.
Fucking bullshit. They're gonna fucking win.
Lukaku.
I'm told they're gonna fucking win. If we not be like weary and be
You're a
careful.
defender. You just
The
someone
Rashford,
else maybe embarrasses you a little bit, and you think you've got to make the challenge to try and
He's
make
just
it.
leaned into him offline, Lukaku, hasn't he?
Sorry.
He's played him.
Got him a little bit further away from the ball. The tackle was much riskier.
It's clever from Lukaku, it really is. That's what he's doing.
Well, let's just rewind. Lukaku of Manchester United, not deemed the right kind of dynamic player for the new philosophy of the manager who was brought in at the time.
No, didn't fancy him.
Yep, that's a better way of putting it.
No, he didn't fancy him. He didn't. He was. He wanted a different style of player, I think, in the centre forward positions. There's no doubt in Lukaku's goal scoring record. It's outstanding.
Well, it's now 86 caps, 53 goals for Belgium.
It's a brilliant record.
Oh. Is that Lukaku? Yeah. You know, he's starting to improve. You know, I don't know who was a flop at Man United.
Some crisp passing early on.
Maybe he's just like, I don't know.
Forced backwards.
Maybe he's better off.
Far behind.
Like, he's doing well in Italy, man. Really, you know, challenged Juventus for the Serie A title of last season.
Confidence. And that back line of England is fragile. And Gareth Southgate's playing 5 of them back there to try and make it more robust, but it's creaking a little.
Well, it could be that 3 at the back has been brought back in, if you like, because of the individual form of the candidates to be central defenders with their clubs. I mentioned already that Manchester United have been leaking goals with Maguire. Trippier. He was captain against Wales.
I'm going to turn around for a little bit.
It's a mistake by Rashford.
Got the number 10. Oh, here goes De Bruyne. You're going to score? Got saved by Pickford. Go, come on. Good one, son. Number 10. Show you again.
He started off with real authority, England, in the passing. The tempo was good.
Number 10.
They've lost
Who is number 10?
Rashford giving it
In that
away.
England's 1966 team.
Pass.
That winning
He ignores the route of Carrasco,
1966
just
England
being
World Cup
hunted
team.
down by Kyle Walker.
Jeff
De
Hurst.
Bruyne.
Belgium, incidentally, have never beaten England in England.
A hat-trick against West Germany.
Statistic.
The famous lines.
Very heavy defense.
You think it's all over? And it is now.
6-2 at Highbury.
4-2
at the Hawthorns,
against the Germans.
5-0 at the old Wembley.
Jesus Christ. 1-0. And so far, 1-0.
De Bruyne.
We've been doing this for nearly 19 minutes. Well, nearly 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, Lukaku's taking it.
Again.
He's got the ball.
Half clearance as it turned out.
Careful. Nobody's there.
To it. Belgium
Here comes
ring-fencing
Carrasco.
the England penalty area, though.
De Bruyne's crossing it. He's good.
Carrasco.
Block. Cover the ball.
The goal
They're going to
disallowed.
cross it.
Tee up De Bruyne here.
It's gonna through pass.
Cross in the end.
Great clearance by Maguire. You gotta shoot. Ooh, well, it's going in.
Too far away. The shot on the spin from
Castagna?
Meunier.
No, it's Meunier.
We're on the ropes.
Oh, Castagna.
England at the moment. Belgium getting chance after chance.
Itch on my mouth.
Lukaku growing in confidence. Looks like he's got the measure of Eric Dyer, backing into him on the throw-in
Come
and
on.
then
Come on.
serving him.
You know, I don't like people say
Too many of this
don't
team
care.
were on the pitch.
Actually,
but
people
Belgium had
sometimes care about it. At least it's a competitive
the joy
competition.
of playing in front of a
If
crowd
it's a
on
friendly, I go,
Thursday.
it's all right.
Capacity.
55 positions, 45 by the Belgium. We got good
50,000.
ball position, but
You just wonder what's got to happen for a ground
Trying
like
to
this.
get the
holds
ball in the back of the
90,000
net.
to be allowed spectators
sometimes
back in.
positions don't mean shit. Goals gives you goals win you games, not position.
Alderweireld had a chance to link up again with his old buddy Jan Vertonghen. But Vertonghen hoped to recover from a broken cheekbone or play with a mask, but decision not forthcoming.
Here comes just was that no Carrasco? Forget
By De Bruyne. Captain on captain. Manchester City on Liverpool. Trippier. This is where England need a bit of creativity.
The fear before the game was with Maguire, Dyer, Rice, Henderson and Trippier. Which will be a real block in terms of the passing down these, particularly down this side.
Yeah, there's been a clamour for Jack Grealish, of course, who played well as a substitute in Denmark and was a starter against Wales and didn't do his cause any harm at all, but he was really at the outset of his international career. He's certainly an option for later on if solutions are required, as the managers are fond of saying these days.
here comes Trippier. Here comes Rashford.
Here's Maguire.
Here comes
It's a good
Alexander
one too.
Arnold.
Good
And that's a
forward
corner.
running by Alexander Arnold. Castagna staying with him. Saw it coming, the defender, but quality on the pass was good. Well, in the World Cup, where of course Belgium were a barrier to England, not once but twice, but England did score a good proportion of their goals in Russia from set pieces.
Here comes Trippier.
Worked something
In the
out
corner.
here with a double approach.
Oh! No one's got the ball. That was a good cross, but no one's net on the ball.
Deep from Henderson. Deep. Ooh, and it would have been effective.
Very poor. So I can do.
Trippier found himself where he likes to be on the right-hand side of the team. Could have headed it back across the face of goal.
Yeah, it can happen when the spin on the ball just takes it
A bit closer.
off your head. Behind the goal, frustrated with himself.
Alderweireld, who only played in the one Premier League game, first game of the season for Spurs, and they lost at
That's a
home to
pep
Everton.
bounce.
Lost his place since then.
Anyway, so Lukaku's taking it.
Lukaku, this time
Oh!
shooting, and when the shot came in, did he get the last touch? The flag was up in any case.
Offside.
Well, they're playing balls from distance away. Now into Lukaku. He's just messing the England centre-backs around.
Yeah, it's a pep bounce. So you there? See?
Just have a look at this one from before. Carrasco just
Got
shifts
pets.
it.
So what I can do?
Just see Castagna is just in front of Jordan Pickford. I think it's the right decision.
But it was only a temporary reprieve.
You can see it in the pep. I could do a pet bounce. You know my pecs, I've got the
Brandon
pecs.
Rogers playing James Justin.
You can see I've got
right
abs.
as the left back and Castagna as the right back, but Castagna showing here.
Abs.
Been Belgium recently, their left wing back.
And pecs. Chiseled pecs. Yeah, it's not really chiseled, but.
Henderson. Played against Bulgaria a year ago. Walker, whose last cap ended as a red card at Iceland, so he's had to wait for number 50.
Okay, so I can't really do it on standing up.
Again, so I'm looking for Rashford.
No, I can. Only a little bit, but when I'm sitting down, you can see it.
Well,
it's more effective when I'm sitting down.
And Trippier.
When I'm bouncing my pecs.
Collected by Maguire.
No, it's your chest.
Rice.
Anyway, enough with that. You know, and yeah, they'll probably say YouTube say, oh, it's inappropriate. So inappropriate show off my chest, doing the pec bounce.
Maybe just a little bit light.
Pec dance. You can go pec dance, pec bounce.
Established number one.
You can see my abs. I've got a little bit of abs
that's for sure.
showing up.
Some good times for Liverpool and with Sunderland before that. Tielemans.
Just when you're playing against someone like Lukaku and he's getting the ball played into his feet, whether one of the England centre-backs to go and stand in front, with the other ones just shuffling across behind, just to try and disrupt him a little bit.
So far, England 0, Belgium 1.
At the moment.
Meunier, who fell out with PSG, left as soon as he could to Dortmund. His clubmate is Axel Witsel, who's out there not far away from on the pitch. Carrasco. Here is Axel Witsel.
Axel Witsel.
Meunier. Lukaku is in confident vein. Can't quite drop it over Alexander-Arnold, who just repositioned in time.
He's been the best player on the pitch so far, Lukaku.
He's certainly the most effective, isn't he? Yeah. And when you have a good day as a big centre forward, you feel you can rule the world.
The problem is somehow now the three centre backs for England have got to try and change the direction of where this game is going, because once centre forward gets on top of you, it's a difficult all day.
Slightly awkward for Alderweireld, who's passed 100 appearances for Belgium now.
They had 80% of the ball nearly in the first 10 minutes of the match. It's swung right round now. Belgium dominating. England can't get the ball.
Alderweireld. Goes Meunier. Pickford did read it well enough. He does have the impulsive moment. He's got a new challenge at Everton. Certainly a goalkeeper just before the transfer window ended. Still,
come on.
By far and away the most experienced
Let's
goalkeeper
turn this game around.
of Gareth Southgate in terms of international football. Seventh cap, 10th most capped England goalkeeper of all time.
Sorry, I got it off. Anyway. Yeah, nearly half an hour.
Said at the
first
start,
half.
Gary, so many of these
England
players
0,
have played in England.
Belgium 1.
Still playing in England. They look very much at home in England. Dyer. The challenge for this setup for Gareth Southgate is to find a way to get the next goal and then take it from there.
It's something we always felt we were playing for England. It's not an excuse, it's a statement. The fact that you're right, Martin, a lot of the players that come to play here for the opposing team have played in the Premier League, and playing at Wembley is a huge fixture.
Even with no crowd.
With no crowd,
yeah.
Just lift.
Put the wrong person. The button, sorry.
Maybe better with
anyway,
no crowd.
so
No hostility.
1-0 to Belgium.
Henderson.
I don't think they made a single shot on target yet. Because Rice
Times look a little bit similar. Would be the criticism of the pairing in midfield.
Where's the invention? I think Jamie Redknapp was talking about it in the studio before the game, about receiving the ball on the back foot, looking around the corner. Just that split second that you can gain just by knowing where you're on the pitch. And those two midfielders.
Anyway, so we got Rashford.
Trippier. Rashford. Now Rice. Played in front of Belgium at the moment. England.
Maguire.
Is biding their time. Trying to find.
Here comes Trippier.
A final pass to open up the number one ranked nation in the world.
Jordan Henderson. Crossing it
to
Calvert-Lewin.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin's aerial ability has certainly risen.
Yeah, what you've got at the moment is a series of what would be simple, safe, 10-yard square passes, and then a predictable cross on the end of it, and there's no invention in the game. That was always the danger when you looked at the 11 that Gareth Southgate picked today.
You could almost say he picked a team that needed to score first.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
What the fuck? Keep it cool, Rice. Keep it cool.
Rice gets a yellow card.
Keep it cool, Declan.
He's adamant. Declan Rice. There's no yellow card. Don't think he got the ball.
Got a little bit of God, I'm starting to get a little bit itchy now.
Missed the next game. First for Rice. This was okay. 31 now. Second most capped Belgian player of all time. Behind Vertonghen.
Just go cross him. Close him down.
Here
comes Lukaku.
Strength again.
And he's winning it. He really is doing well.
In the pivot.
There's no counter-attack.
We'll get there first.
It's a classic centre-forward performance so far from Romelu Lukaku.
Can get others running in behind, but its own run that got the penalty, which he converted. Just past the half-hour mark. England with some puzzle to solve here.
Here comes Henderson.
Not what you want from a centre forward in a game of football. You want him to make sure that he links the play, holds it up, runs in behind, scores goals. He's done all those things. He's enjoying himself.
One attempt on goal.
Maguire.
2 attempts on target. No, we haven't got a single shot on target for England. Belgium.
So looking for an effort on target to Simon Mignolet's goal. Walker. Yeah. Natural side for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ought to be a progressive route for England. They haven't really got it out to him.
Here comes Henderson.
As he would like.
Here comes Declan. Declan Rice, sorry.
Rice.
Mount.
Mason Mount. That's the target in the end.
That's a good example. The ball drops to Declan Rice. There's nothing wrong with it. He just passes it out wide to Mason Mount. But there was space there maybe where he could have just
fed it into Alexander-Arnold.
Fed it into a pocket, into feet. Just taking the safe option of the 10-yard sideways pass. I'd say it doesn't ordinarily look like there's something wrong with it, but very simple to defend against. It's exactly what Belgium will want.
Calvert-Lewin had a little bit of luck.
Calvert-Lewin, cross it.
Wins England a corner.
That's better. Harry Maguire then just feeding it into Calvert-Lewin down that channel, just firing it into his feet. A little bit of good luck, good fortune with the control.
Double figures already. 9 for the number 9 for his club. 1, of course, for England here on Thursday 25 minutes into his debut.
Trippier taking the corner.
Maybe the chance of more here. England looking for an equaliser. Mignolet looking for the ball and getting it. And up to
there could be a chance now. Come on.
In Spanish football, having gone to China.
Come on, Castagna. What's the point in Belgium? Come on, block. Stopping Castagna.
And that move didn't work out for him either.
Lukaku's been the best player on the pitch so far, but he's been good too.
Hasn't challenged his club mate too often on this side, has he? Kieran Trippier. No. Those who do know a lot about each other, and just to stress again, England are being examined here. The team that's been #1 ranked in the world for a couple of years now. Used to winning, used to scoring goals. Great credit to Roberto Martinez, who, of course, had a great day here when we won
10
the
minutes
FA
until
Cup
half
with Wigan
time.
Athletic. Yes, Wigan
Here comes
Athletic,
Rashford.
7 years ago.
Come on.
Feels like the right time ago, that.
Here's Rashford.
Comes Rash, getting in the
Very
box.
much a hero
He's fucking greedy, man.
in terms of his off-the-field work and capable of being there.
Oh, he got a ball.
off the field too
Cross
for
it.
England.
Cross it.
He wins a corner, it's a ball ricocheted
Yeah.
back to him. Man with a purpose on the pitch and with a calling off it.
No Kane.
Corner for England. Dyer comes forward, loves to run towards the near post. Scored goals for his country doing that and for club football as well. It's an interesting manoeuvre. He goes towards the near post. Same towards Harry Maguire. It'll be another corner. Cedric Boyata, understudy to Vincent Kompany, great friend of Vincent Kompany's. Now playing his football in Germany. We'll try again. Produce the set piece formula.
Trippier takes the corner. No one's there. Penalty. Yes, we got a penalty.
Sense.
It's Mooney, I think.
It's Mooney gets the yellow card. A chance for England to reply from the spot.
Yeah, hold him down.
Just gets the hand on the shoulder.
Oh, hand just,
Yeah,
yeah,
if you watch.
looks like he's pulling in, putting his hand on the shoulder.
Jordan Henderson.
Happy to go to ground, but he's got the decision. And without Harry Kane, England need a penalty taker.
Come on.
Marcus Rashford's done the job before.
Come on, Rash. Come on.
So Lukaku played Dyer. Henderson has just played Mooney.
After a former Manchester United player scored from the spot for Belgium, a current one has the chance to reply for England.
Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss.
7 minutes to go to half time, and he
Yes!
Marcus
Fucking hell.
boosts England
Come on, England!
1-1.
It's been a real struggle this last 25 minutes for England. The welcome moments. Marcus Rashford dispatches the penalty. It's a good one.
Yes! Fuck yeah!
This is the see that hand on the shoulder. Not sure it would have ordinarily brought Jordan Henderson to ground, but he takes it, falls over. The referee.
We're
on
at
the
that.
spot.
And it's a real shot in the arm for England. With half time approaching, after a fair bit of chasing. Lukaku looks to resume hostilities here. Carrasco telegraphed the shot and Henderson blocked it. Meunier. Lukaku. That's where the Dyer-Henderson combination does work. Kind of protection England need when Lukaku's really showing his strength. Witzel.
Back. So,
Attempt on
so
target,
far,
and a
1-1.
Successful one from Marcus Rashford.
And by the way, I did an upload. I did a pay-per-view review. I reviewed Again 1999. Check it out. So far in this live reaction to England and Belgium, is in the UEFA Nations League. We got England 1, Belgium 1.
Young Belgians, if you like, in the last game on Thursday.
And having a Mars bar.
A debutant, actually, in the stable of young players coming through for Roberto Martinez. It stopped their winning run, and now maybe, as we suggested earlier,
I like Snickers more than Mars bar.
You need to go in level at half-time, you feel, for that to be a platform.
Ooh. Anyway.
Foul.
Mount. Come on.
Here's Mount. Witzel. Alderweireld. With a bit more spring in their step now. Walker. After failing to score against Belgium in those 2 World Cup games. A welcome goal.
It's really good. It's chocolate and caramel.
More than just the context of the match. Forward by Trippier. Here's Carrasco. Oh,
missed it.
Was a chance to make up for the one that was taken away from him.
I thought Belgium was going to score again.
A long way in the circumstances.
So good by Lukaku.
So I was checking on that.
Watch this flick.
Something.
Control.
Other scores of today's game.
It's a really good chance.
Very poor shot, man. Very poor.
It's brilliant from Lukaku, it really is. Outstanding performance in this first half. Should have had an assist to his name.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting character, Romelu Lukaku. He's a great student of football. He knows the history. He do well in trivia quizzes. He's from a football family. Takes the game very seriously.
Well, it's interesting watching him here play for Belgium, where they're feeding the ball continuously into his feet. Think about when he was playing at United and even at Everton, he played in teams that counter-attacked.
Come on, cross it!
Here's Rashford.
Come on. Oh, you got it. Oh, he's lost the ball, man.
Passes the ball around and can feed it into him and play off him. See how good he is in his general play. It's the first time Eric Dyer has done that and got in front of him. It's what he needs to do more. Try and disrupt the performance of Lukaku.
With cover around him,
yeah,
it should be a risk that could be taken.
But it's the one you used to do. It's quite simple. Just stand in front of the centre forward and make him run behind. Then the other two just shuffle around, particularly if you play
after half time. This could be intermission. Basically, I'm going to just put it on mute,
his game.
Turn off the cam, and went to the second half. I don't really do like post first half analysis. I don't really do that. I'm just like, just basically watch the actual match.
Move into the last few moments before half time.
Anyway, so we've got De Bruyne,
Witzel,
and Witzel.
Bernier. De Bruyne's
they're going to cross it. They're going to cross it. Good clearance.
In the end, good defending by Dyer.
That was the classic De Bruyne run that we see so often at Manchester City. In that right inside channel.
Here he is again. To get Bernier in. Flash away, but Tielemans caught in two minds. If he was trying to hit a first-time shot, he didn't really connect. More football for you to come. Northern Ireland against Austria, Sky Sports football from 7:30. And Scotland play again against Slovakia on Sky Sports main event at the same time. Take your pick. And there's another half of this intriguing game to come as well.
1 and a minute. Rafa's in the box.
Meunier is trying to steal it. An ambitious switch of play. This might come off for Belgium.
It'd be nice to see.
I don't know what happened to. I don't know why Harry Kane's not playing. Is he injured?
Come on and bolster England's creativity. And
because he's the captain.
For Belgium.
As I said earlier, really England, unless they go, of course, to win in Brussels. The fact is, England lost 2 years ago in this very same competition, the home game against Spain.
Yeah.
And then went and won in Seville by a better margin, so the head-to-head went England's way.
Is that?
And at the moment,
it's been all right.
Nothing between
Could be a lot
these
better,
two great rivals. Marcus Rashford from the penalty spot.
Lisa, we got equaliser. Otherwise,
after Romelu Lukaku had done the same.
Otherwise,
at
the
other end,
what the hell?
German referee, who was a goalkeeper.
So, a little itch on my shoulder.
No sympathy for the keepers here who've been up and been beaten by penalty kicks.
So yeah,
a word about it. In Eric Dyer and Thomas Meunier will have their opinions on it. They were the culprits.
We've got to do a lot. We need to do a lot better in the second half.
England won. Belgium won.
We're facing the #1 best team in the world. So anyway, I'm going to end. Actually, I'm not going to end the stream, but basically I'm going to cut the cam off like this.
All the magic of Harry
and turn the mute. We'll be back for the second half.
For the very first
Up in Bloemfontein, South Africa.
I'm back. So far it's 1-1. It's been nothing else to talk about in the first half. It's just like meh. Can we perform? Can this game be improved? Who knows? And was it Dewanya? Can't pronounce this dude's name properly. Castagna to Carrasco.
There's the wing back, allowing the white man Carrasco a bit more room.
The candy's a little bit, a bit sour, man. And tangy.
By Calvert-Lewin. I guess the question as the game wears on is Harry Kane.
It's Harry Kane, but it's also players who I think can play in pockets. Just a little bit flat in the systems. Belgium have got more options, it would seem, with De Bruyne and Carrasco. Just
a stray one from Kyle. Sorry to cut across you, Gareth. It was a stray one from Kyle Walker that's put Belgium on the attack, but they don't take advantage of that. The Barrel's response wasn't so good. He's back in position now. Might not roll out, so he has to use Mignolet in the press. Denier, who did score in their first game, and they won 2-0 in this group away in Denmark. Beat Iceland at home 5-1. Just to remind you, so much football going on, you might have registered totally to your memory. England 1-0, late Raheem Sterling penalty away to Iceland, who then missed the penalty. So it's been all about penalties so far for England in this group. And then, of course, the 0-0 away to Denmark.
We've got the final 3 games: Iceland, Denmark, and
Lewin.
Yeah. Oh! Here comes the chance now. Hey, come on, Rashford, come on. He does that shit every single time. Hogging the fucking ball.
Arriving, it was too tempting for Calvert-Lewin to turn down.
Fucking Paul, man.
Set up by Rashford.
You see that Rashford? See, look at Rashford. See, he's running the ball. You got like Alexander-Arnold and I think it's Mount in the box. Should have passed.
Holds the run of Rashford.
Fucking hell.
Wild from Calvert-Lewin in the end.
This is fucking bollocks, man.
Alderweireld. Meunier does really love getting forward.
49 minutes.
A goal threat for Belgium.
The goal, the score is England 1, Belgium 1.
He scored a hat-trick against Gibraltar. Yes, it was Gibraltar, but it was a hat-trick. The strength of Lukaku not quite working out that time.
Just pass it forward, don't go backwards.
Great perception as well as power.
So, you got Mount, clearance.
Either side quite established itself so far in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
De Bruyne is just taking Rice and Henderson back. It's allowing Tielemans and Witsel just to get control of the game. Henderson trying to get out to him now. We see where De Bruyne is in behind. 3 in there against 2. Triangle that Belgium have got. It's caused England a problem. Calvert-Lewin having to drop back in.
Also a period in the first half. The goal had been disallowed. The penalty then scored by Belgium. It didn't look as though it would turn out to be a game of fine margins.
Becomes Calvert-Lewin.
The case, and those margins tilted England's way. Played by Calvert-Lewin.
That's a Calvert-Lewin.
By Henderson. And turned by
Trippier to
Rashford.
Rashford to what?
Really
What? Be in the box.
To attack any cross. So
Fucking hell, Rashford.
In a tight triangle.
Be in the box. Why you keep going outside of the box? Anyway,
Walker's made a dart ahead of
Declan Rice.
The pass wasn't on, blocked off by Tielemans.
Henderson. Rashford. Should be in the box.
Maguire.
Or really like sending up the goals instead of like passing it back. Passing it back.
It's better. Trippier playing in a nice little space there. See what Trent Alexander-Arnold's doing there now. England just
Alexander-Arnold
changing it up a little bit, and it's the wing backs who are just drifting
and
pockets.
passing it back again. Belgium got the ball. Because De Bruyne, he's going to set up like any type of. He can show at any time now. De Bruyne. You know, I think I will do another live reaction on Saturday. That's Arsenal, Man City.
See where Mount is now, just on this near side.
Over like 7:30.
Again, it's a good space. Can they feed him?
He's coming outside Alexander-Arnold.
Need to stay in there. Don't need to come wide.
It's not his game, really, is it, Mason Mount?
Sometimes just stand still. He had a good position.
Now Alexander-Arnold to get forward, and he can pick up the second ball here.
Because Mount.
Versus Mason Mount.
Play by Henderson. Get in the box. It's in the box. Good header. Oh! Missed it.
Another penalty. No, the referee.
Is that a penalty?
Play off. The shot by Alexander-Arnold is deflected. He has pointed in the end, but for a corner.
Wait.
I don't think it was a penalty.
Wait. No.
Just jumps. Doesn't really do a lot wrong.
It was a penalty.
Denayer, who never made the breakthrough at Manchester City, to Sunderland and Celtic, now based in France with Lyon. Haven't had a great start to their season.
Trippier takes the corner.
Trippier to take the corner.
Ooh!
Away.
That's a good corner.
By Walker. Interesting mix there with some England players staying forward and others recognising the risk of the counter-attack. So in the end was stopped somewhat shrewdly by Trippier. Draw would keep Belgium above England in the group. Rashford.
Here comes Rashford to Walker.
Now Walker.
Keep it. Go forward. Go forward. So going don't go sideways. Here comes Henderson. Here comes Mount. Cross it. Go corner.
It's a lot better for England this last 5 minutes.
So that's where Mason Mount can make a difference. Making those runs in behind in an inside position.
Just made some little tweaks at half time. You can see Gareth Southgate, and it's helping. These players have more options on the ball.
Well, the referee will be looking for any grabs like the one you can see the penalty from a corner. Shout loud, you can certainly be heard.
3 and 4. It's going to mark through down well. Calvert-Lewin going for the header.
Calvert-Lewin, who must fancy his own chances at anything that he can leap for.
Yeah, I think there's just a deflection onto his head. I think Denayer just gets a little touch. Calvert-Lewin gets the final one.
He was the denier of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If you missed the news at the start, Harry Kane not selected in the starting 11, but available from the bench. Tired muscles from a hard week with Spurs. Had a couple of days recovery.
Oh, he's on the bench, so
and then when he started training, cramping up a bit.
Take on Calvert-Lewin.
Plenty of stretching needed. If he is going to enter the fray, it'd be a useful weapon to bring on at this stage.
No Hazard. I think he's injured.
Gets a touch and allows
Going to play next month.
Good distances.
Do I do another live reaction of this game between Belgium and England in the same competition? Maybe. I think it's it's the top one goal. The only goes into the Nation League finals. That'll be like in October. That'll be for next year.
It's a very even contest, not just on the scoreline. They started the second half with as you say, Gary, a tweak or two tactically, and a sense of belief that victory is the possibility here in a big way.
Here goes De Bruyne. Here goes Lukaku. Castagna's in the box. Telemans. Come on, block him. Castagna. No, Carrasco, sorry. Then De Bruyne. He's going to cross it.
Castagna gets there.
Good. Yeah, good.
Walker giving a bit of cover to
Alexander-Arnold. Good clearance.
He actually needed it then.
A lot of players in and around this England right-hand side. Kyle Walker in the end smothers the attack.
So good going forward, Alexander-Arnold, but maybe the defensive side of his game is not quite up to that level, but what he gives you, to sometimes take a negative with it as well. Negative didn't cost England then. Vigilance from Walker. Dyer.
There's a big difference though. Right back to right wing back. You're almost as a right wing back waiting out there for the ball to arrive, whereas a right back you're arriving. You've got Salah outside him. Liverpool as well to distract the others.
So a little bit abrupt from Mount. Had the ball, still had the ball. Here's Lukaku. He's been able to quite impose himself on the second half as he did in the first. Now he's dropped to a painful position. Going to dig in the ribs or a crack around the hip. Roberto Martinez understandably concerned.
They've just been a lot more aggressive against him, and he knows it. Roberto Martinez is. See, first couple of times that it's gone up to Lukaku in that second half, they've been a lot tighter. Maguire goes in, then Rice.
A bit of a delayed reaction on Declan Rice as well.
So I'm falling asleep.
It's been a bit of a mystery. Romelu
It's been a little bit of a boring game,
had him,
to be honest.
We've played a handful of games.
It was like,
really got going.
I
say the same about
like
Kevin
that.
De Bruyne. They had him as
I
well.
did it like months ago against Liverpool and Man United. It's like,
some front three, that.
it wasn't boring, but I was like, man, I'm getting sleepy.
I was going to say they can't afford it now, but they probably
keep awake. And anyway, so
different phases of your career.
See, here comes
Everyone's a
Odegaard.
man like you were.
Here comes, look, it's not a free kick.
And again, they see that they did
John
there with
McQueen.
Lukaku. They really are getting tight to him now.
Here comes Meunier to De Bruyne. Here goes the counter attack by Belgium. He's on the ball. De Bruyne should have gone for the have a crack. He's giving the ball away. He's gone for like Carrasco.
Could have dropped a blanket over the front three for Belgium then.
Oh, come on, Cavallon. Oh, you got the ball, man.
In the end, Mignolet has to scamper. Clearance was a decent one. Maybe
Belgium's going to attack now. Lukaku's in the box. Good clearance. Good interception.
I think that's Kyle Walker is excellent in his defending.
Here comes Rashford. Come on. Come on.
Rashford.
Don't stop.
We have to just recover.
Mount's in the box. Henderson's in the box. Good ball. He's going to lose it. Oh, can't get the shot on the target. Like, really, that connection at that ball, he can't get it.
To a good position.
Come on, Paul and Kane on.
Chance. Calvert-Lewin. Chances that one or two of an international game at the very highest level.
Ooh.
Just couldn't get hold of it.
And I'll play.
Point out, of course,
England won, Belgium won.
Is a World Cup
And I'll
winner with
play.
England and scored the winning goal in the final under 20s 3 years ago now. A number of that team have come through into the senior international setup. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is one who's on the bench today.
I think he's done okay in this game as well. The right-hand side Mount, not sure that's working as well. It's better being a little bit deeper and just coming forward onto the game rather than sort of waiting up there as part of a front three. I know he can do it, but I'm quite sure it's giving England the penetration on this right-hand side they want.
Calvin Phillips is being readied by Gareth Southgate. Leeds United man is having a dream season. First in the Premier League and already now lining up for what will be a third England cap. Martin Margetson passing on the responsibilities.
Here's De Bruyne. Here comes Castagna.
Castagna. Bruyne's well forward. Making himself available here for the 1-2.
Could be a chance. Oh, he's lost it. And good interference. Good interception by, I think it was Dio made that clearance.
Really is searching for De Bruyne for that 1-2 and he gets it, gives it him back.
No, Walker.
Sort of forcing it to Lukaku and maybe he could have just gone one-on-one on his own.
Yeah, he's pointing Kane on.
Looks cold, Harry, keep it on. Not bothered.
Well, he's playing to fucking 20. Oh well. At least he's on. Could do a little change here. Yeah, it's coming down.
Change Phillips. Came for Gareth Southgate. England have an excellent recent home record. They've won the last 8. Scored plenty of goals in the process. This would be a special victory.
Oh, Alexander-Arnold was going forward. Here comes Mount. Rashford.
Rashford.
Here comes Alexander-Arnold.
Coming in.
Oh yeah, Trippier's in the box. There's Mount. They'll lose it.
With a deflection, takes it in.
Yes!
England lead 2-1.
Fuck yeah!
The stroke of fortune for having straight from the right-hand side, where he's found it hard to
get it in, my son.
He's gone left, and he's responsible for England going in.
Come on, England!
The #1 nation. England 2, Belgium 1.
Fuck yeah!
I just said that he struggled to penetrate on the right-hand side. And he pops up in a pocket on the left-hand side off the back of a cross from Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Headed by Trippier. Mount. Took a deflected.
To be there
I think it's Witzel or Alderweireld. I thought it was like missed it, but it's in the back of the net.
Gets a little bit of good fortune.
Great Mount. Great ball by Mason Mount. Yeah, blocked by Alderweireld.
Leaves Mignolet absolutely no chance. Just works the yard. Not close enough, Alderweireld. 2 yards off him.
Dropped perfectly for England and Mason Mount. Simon Mignolet left absolutely helpless. But he continues to make an impact, the Chelsea youngster. John Henderson only really set up to go this kind of distance because
playing Calvin Phillips and Harry Kane. That's good. That can bang in a lot of goals.
Harry Kane arrives.
Calvin Phillips, he can really do. He's a good player. Calvin Phillips.
Getting ready at 1-1, comes on at 2-1 up. Since that's a double whammy for Belgium. They've conceded the goal, and now England's leading marksman of the current generation. He's there to provide an extra threat.
Oh, they're going to go forward. Lukaku
still doing his bit at the other end.
Needs to pass it. Nobody's there. Good clearance by Walker.
Walker really was. De Bruyne arriving.
Nope. Free kick.
The referee says play on. England were half stopping there.
Castagna takes the crossing. Well, it's going to be an own goal. Good clearance by Trippier, man. Come on. Come on, let's not throw this away, man.
He did head it because he thought that Lukaku might be just stealing in behind him.
Got about how many minutes we got left?
De Bruyne to take the corner.
God.
Game on, Wembley. England have come from
66
behind here.
Minutes to go, about nearly 25 minutes to go. Got a lot.
Can counter-attack.
Here comes Calvin Phillips.
It's a good pass for the ball.
Oh, goes Declan Rice. Is it Declan Rice?
Forward running midfield colleague is Rice.
Yeah, it is Rice. Rashford, get in the box. Get in the box.
Grasp on that far side, had gone back in.
Calvin Phillips.
Mounts over there again. England a lot better in the second half.
Walker.
67 minutes. England 2, Belgium 1.
Goals at the half time that Rashford and Mount maybe could switch, and it looks like they've done that a little bit more.
Rice. Yeah, I think he should have crossed it.
Oh,
it was going in Harry Kane, man.
No, the ball, Mason Mount staying over on that left-hand side. Rashford's trying to get back there.
Edging back.
Don't leave me over here. But it's something that's happened for many, many years. Centre forwards or players who play in midfield who are right-footed, they want to play off the left. They don't want to play on the right-hand side.
Raheem Sterling,
Wayne Rooney, Danny Welbeck when they were at United. None of them wanted to play on the right-hand side. But they could play on the left and cut in. It was
here comes Carrasco. This is on Dienwa. That's the dude's name. They're number 3 for Belgium.
When you think of Manchester City and Liverpool, and you've got
on the right hand side.
Yeah. Not many right-footed players play on the right wing anymore. And left-footed players playing on the left.
De Bruyne.
Scored so many goals for Roberto Martinez in the 4 years he's been in charge. 143 now. It's a rate of per game. They need to get to 3 here to win this one.
That penalty for England before half time was against the run of play, and it's just unnerved his team and given England some confidence going in at the break, and they've come out better the second half.
Two 1 England. Anyway, Tillemans.
Denier. Boyata.
Oh, Denier.
That's his name. On the right hand side. You go over there.
Denier.
He's not having that.
I don't know who's number 4.
Harry Kane of half a dozen assists.
Anyway, here goes Castagna. De Bruyne's going forward. Goes Carrasco. De Bruyne, he's playing to Castagna, he's going to shoot. Lukaku's in the box. Yeah, no one's there.
In the box, maybe. Take advantage of a loss of concentration from the home team.
They've been doing it for nearly an hour and 30 minutes.
Witzel.
Next one's England. Next one will be Arsenal, Man City in the Premier League. That's next week. The return of the Premier League. No, the Premier League season.
The team that can get us
it's back. The Premier League's back after 2 weeks.
This is
not 2 weeks, a week. Actually, not 2 weeks.
Experimentation. This is a competitive.
Yeah, actually nearly 2 weeks, but anyway. So Arsenal, Man City.
2 years ago, when
that'll be the next live stream or live reaction.
Beaten by the Netherlands, then beat Switzerland.
I don't know much about. I don't know
the bronze medal.
What happened next? I don't know about Tottenham, West Ham. Maybe Tottenham. Maybe. No, it depends. Who knows?
The
the big thing about the second half, other than the confidence on the ball and the players taking a better attacking
We got
positions,
Rashford.
is that they stopped the flow into Romelu Lukaku completely.
2-1 Belgium.
Belgium the weaker for that, despite the presence of De Bruyne. Roberto Martinez is going to make a substitution. Carrasco. It's a lovely
Oh,
ball.
Carrasco! Oh, fucking hell. Almost an equaliser.
Been 2-2, and maybe Carrasco again, who had the goal disallowed in the first half, missed a very good chance after that and couldn't convert this one either.
What a pass from De Bruyne. Absolutely wonderful. It's awkward from Carrasco because he goes with his right foot. Really looked to me like a left-footed chance where he just had to sweep it, try, gather it over. Pickford opened his body up and then made it very difficult for himself.
I think De Bruyne is going off.
Yeah, interesting.
Why are you taking De Bruyne off? He's doing well.
Limping?
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Maybe.
First, Sharon.
For Sharon.
For Sharon.
He's only 19. Needs some explanation, whether it's a fitness issue or whether it's a consultant coach on the pitch, if you see what I mean, just advising the manager what is going wrong. But if he signalled to come off, it was probably more of an explanation as to why. Good game for Manchester City. Coming up on Super Sunday. Or is it Saturday? It's Saturday, isn't it, this week?
Yeah.
Manchester City against Arsenal.
Against Walker.
Live on Sky Sports, 5:30 next Saturday. Before that, seeing that
No,
again.
I'm not watching that. England,
We are winning
Denmark.
England against
Free kick!
on Wednesday.
Free kick! Fuck me, man.
I thought Meunier did well to get back,
Fucking hell.
get the ball.
Free kick!
Sometimes the follow-through catches.
What you doing, referee? What you doing? That was free kick. Fucking hell, does it?
He stayed down.
Wait a second. Is it behind the... Is he using the studs? No.
Bit of a side, wasn't it?
Yeah. A long way away up here. Proved it. Thought he got the ball. Maybe he did.
Yeah, he got the ball.
Angles.
Rashford's up quickly. This is the latest on the production line. Yari Vasharin already has an international goal to his name, a penalty too. Never know, there might be another penalty in this one. Castagna. The rarity of Belgium being behind. They've lost only 2 of their last 45 internationals. One of those was a World Cup.
Oh, Lukaku's in the box.
Lukaku.
Oh shit, they're going to go on goal. Lukaku's got a shot. Got blocked by Walker.
England had enough numbers back. Concede only a corner, not an equaliser.
If you talk about Kyle Walker's strengths before, this is his weakness. If you just look at him there now, and the ball's on the opposite side, that's where he sleeps. He's the one that can see Lukaku in behind Eric Dyer. He's close enough to him. He gets back in the end. He should have been tight to start with.
Deep corner. That was
Nah.
not viral, but rather backed off him, England, and encouraged the shot. Maybe they knew what was coming.
Bit stiff neck.
Now there's a familiar face on the Belgian coaching staff these days, Sean Maloney. He was part of that Wigan side that won the FA Cup. Had an Englishman, of course, in Graham Jones for a while. He's now working at Bournemouth, having been manager of Luton since he left Belgium. There's a Welshman there as well, Richard Evans, who's head of performance. Of course, no Thierry Henry these days. This ball out by Mignolet to Carrasco. Sharon. Lukaku.
15 minutes to go, and here comes Lukaku. Still got the ball.
Stop him.
He's going to shoot. Blocked.
In the end, Walker did the job.
Here comes Carrasco.
With good numbers in the England penalty area. It leads to another corner.
Just the last couple of minutes, Belgium starting to step it up. Start to get involved again.
Maybe that Lukaku ends up as more of a decoy, attracting a lot of England players around him, and somebody else steals in. Oh, Pickford didn't really get there. Here's Lukaku.
It was never his ball, Pickford. Whipped in, moved away from him.
Alderweireld. England, what? Added time, maybe 15 minutes away from going top of the group. Certainly won't be straightforward. And the other game, as I mentioned earlier, that Belgium have lost since they lost to France in the semi-final of the World Cup in Russia. It was against Switzerland when they were 2-0 up. Here they were 1-0 up. Witsel. Yeah, another England change. And the rapid elevation, really.
Reece James
wasn't in the original squad. Came in and impressed as a substitute against
Please,
Wales.
I think that's Alexander Arnold.
And I think the plan was for him to go back to the under-21s, but they were impressed enough to keep him involved. And he comes on at a crucial stage of a Nations League game for his competitive debut.
It's an interesting substitution. Alexander Arnold not really showing any signs of an injury.
With defensive characteristics.
Maybe.
Reece James is an attacking right wing back as well. He scored a wonderful goal in the Premier League live on Sky Sports. For Chelsea at Brighton.
It's getting dark. We'll go about, is it 12 minutes? Yeah, 12 minutes. And yeah, and plus adding time.
Rashford back on the left. Kane through the middle.
Comes Castagna. Tielemans.
He's been neat and tidy, but quite imposed himself on the game. The other side has had such supremacy that an individual, apart from De Bruyne, whose gifts are legendary, and, picking up the percentages. Reation not used to losing in his present job. Here's Walker. Phillips. Now trying to get away. A strong arm out by Denier. Here's Boyata.
Yeah, Denier. Oh, Boyata. That's the number 4 for Belgium.
Carrasco able to turn between the lines.
Oh, he's still got the ball. He was going for Lukaku, man.
Prod it through.
Is he still playing? I don't know. He's still playing Benteke.
Carrasco's been out.
Don't think so.
Get the ball. There was a deflection. Belgium have a corner. England aren't home and hosed yet.
The pressing Belgium.
Pickford with a strong shout of keeper.
Good easy save by Pickford. 1 second.
Here's James. Phillips. Now Rashford. Equalised from the penalty spot. The earliest
Turn the volume a little bit up.
Lukaku. And a deflected shot from Mason Mount, giving England this slender advantage, but time is on their side.
10 minutes to go. England
Mount.
2, Belgium 1. Here comes Mount. See, stop passing it back. Just pass it forward. They're going forward, Belgium. They're going forward.
That's parts of the first half. To this Belgium
team. Rashford got the ball.
Alderweireld taken out.
Kane's there.
Rashford's put it just behind Kane.
Comes Mount. Give a shot.
Mount trying to
corner.
Get another deflection.
Let's do it.
The corner.
Yeah, this haircut is going to get trimmed.
Not in a hurry.
Actually, my hair's going to get trimmed this week.
Eric makes his way up. Chance again from the set piece. One of England's strengths since Southgate took over.
The corner. Oh, Harry Kane was there.
A real chance for the man who scored from a number of them. Shake of the head from Harry Kane.
Oh, you can't miss that. It's a sitter as far as Harry Kane would go. Free header, 6 yards out. It's a big, big chance.
And a big moment in the game. That would have been the 3 points for the third goal, you would have felt. Carrasco is off, and the promising young teenager, still 18, Jeremy Doku, just joined Rennes in France for a big fee from Anderlecht, right at the end of the open transfer window. Scored in the victory over Iceland in the Nations League. Plays from the left-hand side, and here he is.
Here comes Castagna.
He's offside.
Doku, and it's offside. It's been alright. Starting to improve in the second half. A bit boring, but at least we're winning. I think we need to win against Belgium. I think we need win against Iceland. I think we got like 3 matches to go. We need to win against Denmark. I think we need like 2 more wins to qualify to the Nations League final. I don't really give a shit about the Danes and the Icelandics matches.
Southgate.
You know, Belgium is more a little bit competitive because like for Iceland you got like probably got that Gylfi Sigurdsson, you got, and also with Denmark they got Christian Eriksen. They got about like 1 or 2 players. Belgium, they got a ton of players.
The foul. It's a little statistical aside. Both sides scoring penalties. Yeah, the last time that happened in an England Wembley game was 1951. The England penalty scorer was Alf, later to be Sir Alf Ramsey.
Led to England World Cup glory in 1966.
England have done this well in the second half. They've got back into that shape really quickly, and they're actually really compact. There's a lot more space in the first half.
In
between that front line, that back line.
Jeff, motherfucking
able them to intercept
anyway,
passes a lot more.
Go by Rashford. Here comes the chance again. Rashford's in the box. Shoot! Shoot!
Lines it up.
Oh, you
another
fucking!
Chance goes begging to wrap up the points for England.
Shoot up.
It's really good play.
By Declan Rice.
Sorry. See this.
It's really good play from England.
Good pass by Declan Rice. Rashford's there. 1-2-1-2.
Good play from Declan Rice, as you say. I can see what Marcus Rashford's trying to do.
Well, that's going to be.
He knows that Denier's going to go down to block the low shot, so he's going to go over the lunging defender. He goes too high. It's 2 big chances for England in the last couple of minutes. Kane and Rashford, the men you'd want them to fall to.
Belgium.
5 more minutes before. Actually, we got end time. Depending if it's going to be like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Probably like 2 or 3 minutes. Or sometimes 4. Who knows?
Tielemans.
Anyway.
Doku. Denier to help him out. Boyata.
For Sharon.
Been able to get
Boyata.
for Sharon into the match.
Denier.
The earliest substitute. Doku does the
Comes
same.
Jones.
Roberto
Oh,
Martinez
sorry, James.
going young. Try and solve the problems here.
Here comes that Doku.
Feet.
Good tackle by James.
Doku.
Belgians have got the ball. Against Castagna.
Castagna.
Lukaku.
Lukaku.
No one's there.
Witsel.
Oh, he should have gone for the shot. Witsel.
Not the best pass. To Meunier. Whacked away by Trippier, who's manfully stuck in that left-sided role.
I was just going to say, before the game, I had real worries about how he would perform in the left wing-back role, but he really has stuck to it. And Gareth Southgate referred to him as a soldier before the game, doing a job for him out there. He has done that job
a good
really well.
Behind the back of the head.
Jadon Sancho was late on parade because of that misdemeanour in terms of social distancing, but certainly not seen in the same light as the episode in Iceland that has moved a couple of other England youngsters from this particular group.
Three minutes to go.
Belgium still trying to solve the problems their way. Temptation is to go long towards Lukaku, but his influence, which was so strong in the first half, has waned, not because of any great fault of his, but because England have dealt with the problems that he caused that much better.
That back five of England have pushed up just that extra 3 or 4 yards.
There's the ball up to him. It's tempting for Belgium to do, but he couldn't hang on to that one.
Front three have really come back into good positions. Made it really difficult for Belgium just to push it through midfield and feed Lukaku. There's a lot more space for them in the first half.
Tielemans. Alderweireld. Tielemans again. We talked about Hazard not playing. Mertens, who was close to being involved, but the quarantine rules didn't quite finish in time.
Must be a fluff or something. Or a net. 1 meter, a net. You know, it's a flea.
Sancho is coming on.
Anyway, 2 minutes to go. Here goes Jadon Sancho.
And Mason Mount being asked to go off by the shortest possible route. And this was the moment. The shot was on target. And the deflection made Mignolet's task impossible. And England, having been 1-0 down, thanks to Mason Mount, lead 2-1.
Jadon
Sancho comes on.
Now.
The debate about who's on the right.
6:47.
Up again, but Sancho has come out on this side. Rashford's
We've got a minute to go, plus adding time.
Denier. A minute plus stoppage time to go.
England.
Make no mistake, this will be a very big win for England.
England 2.
Nations League
Belgium
perhaps
1.
Doesn't have all the glamour yet of World Cup qualifiers, Euro qualifiers, but England have already used it to their profit in the first staging 2 years ago. And they could set themselves up for something similar if they can see it through here. Witsel. Boyata. Alderweireld. We think there'll be 4 added minutes. Board has gone up. 4 confirmed.
4 minutes.
You'd like more? 1,
2, 3.
I think losing De Bruyne at that period in the game where Belgium were just having some good moments.
Let's hold on for the next 4 minutes.
England have managed Belgium reasonably well. This last 10 minutes or so, been comfortable. Could have had the third. Should have had the third.
Castagna,
that's for Sharon.
Oh, the flag has gone up. It's a slightly labouring official on the far side. But from England's point of view, he got there. Pasting a little bit, Gareth Southgate here.
They looked vulnerable in that first half, that England defence.
Yeah, and the first two games in the Nation League weren't great, were they?
No.
Made a meal out of beating Iceland. Could have the two penalties in that game as well. Iceland, happily from England's point of view, missed theirs.
But they really have. I think it's the best performance for some while in the second half. They really have stuck together well, been more of a unit. They pushed up the pitch more, been more compact. It's helped the rest of the team. The look at the sort of positions that they took up in the first half and left each other exposed at times. No more so than when Eric Dyer was exposed with Lukaku on the penalty.
And that's what they need to do now to see it through. That's great work from Marcus Rashford. His teammates will be thrilled with that.
It's been a good defensive performance. The second half, definitely.
It's always a bit of a skill how much time you can delay taking a throw before the referee starts adding on a bit more than he would have wasted in the first place, if you see what I mean.
Just wait for him to pull his whistle towards his mouth. When it's
half,
his arms on the way up, then you just throw it straight away.
We're half a minute, but we've got
As
2
a
minutes to
well-practiced
go.
performer of yesteryear. But there is a skill to nail down a result. It's not as easy as it used to be. You can't, in the days where you could keep playing it back to the goalkeeper to pick it up. Those days are long gone. Working your way towards a result. It's the results business. All this helps. Harry Kane in the corner. Remember, he didn't come on until England were 2-1 up. Lukaku. Flick trying to get to Doku. James across. Trippier. Maguire. And
Good Kane.
Belgium caught a little bit square, and Harry Kane's got the option of setting up an attack or heading for the corner flag. Sort of falls in between the two, really.
Phillips. We've got, come on,
Maguire.
60 seconds left.
They managed this last period of the game really well. In possession and out of possession. Pleased with that.
To play his part.
I'll be pleased with that, Gareth Southgate. A couple of minutes to go yet.
Let him find Maguire. He got there. Could easily have been a fraction of a second late, but he'll be the better for the outing and indeed for the win, should it be so. Dyer's header. And Tielemans can only put it out, and England are almost there.
Come on. Seconds left. Come on. Seconds.
Since these world rankings were put in place, they've only once beaten the number
10
one ranked
seconds.
team in the
9,
world. That was a win against
8,
Spain here in a
7,
friendly game, I think,
6,
in which England had
5,
about 28%
4,
possession.
3, 2, 1.
Today,
Blow the whistle.
It has been
Yes!
a proper victory for Gareth Southgate.
Fuck yeah.
They've beaten the number one ranked nation in the entire world.
So that was my live reaction of the UEFA Nations League match between England and Belgium. We're topping our group. 3 more wins. We're in the Nations
really
League.
good performance
Already
in the second half.
semi-finals.
I was worried about the
Nations League
minute
finals.
10 to probably minute 35 where
So
Belgium and
we'll
Kevin
be
De
back
Bruyne
next weekend for a live
far
reaction
superior.
of
But England,
the
that goal
Boxing
just
friendly
before
game.
half-time,
Arsenal versus Man
penalty
City.
for
So
Marcus Rashford really lifted the
hope you enjoy really
the changes he made
today's
at
live
half-time,
stream,
they were all
folks.
compact,
Live the
the defence
podcast
pushed up the
below.
pitch.
Smash like
Positions they
button.
took on
And subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube.
Options. It was a
This
really
is Central
good
Man officially
second half
signing
of
out.
England.
They mounted a recovery.
Check you later.
Having
Just,
gone behind to
Central Man
Lukaku's
Network
penalty.
for basically for
Game
wrestling
without
videos,
Kane for
game
most of the
streams,
game
live
too.
reactions, live
England's
streams,
record on
and
this
more.
particular day of the
Check
week
you
is
later.
very good. And this is a
I'm
particularly
out.
super Sunday.